What's up, Foundation? What's up, YouTube? It's me, your big partner cartoon, the Village Storyteller. And this is another Village Storyteller story on the Village Storyteller channel. It's new. Forgive me for being remiss and missing so many days, but I was caught up in some other things. But now I'm back. This is a story, man. As y'all already know, this is the Village Storyteller channel. Fiction, people, places, things, events are not true. They're stories. They're to get you through your break, get you through your way to work, your way home from work, or just get you through the night. Instead of reading a book, you can listen to the stories. Okay, this is a story about a youngster, man. Excuse me, I thought someone was on my face. But this is a story about a youngster, man, that was treated bad by his stepmother, and he could never get no airplay. He would try to let his father know about how bad she was treating him, but his father didn't want to listen. He thought that he was just making up stuff and that the lady was nice to him because he was in love with her. Now, on to the story. This is a story about little Junior. Junior was a 9-year-old little dude. His mother had passed away the year prior to this, and his father immediately went and found another woman and brought her home and started shacking up with her. Junior didn't like the lady. She was mean. She was mean to him, but she would always play it off when she was in front of Junior's father. But now Junior would try to tell his father all the time, Daddy, she's mean to me. She tells me to shut up. She won't let me play with my toys, and she just does mean stuff to me whenever you're not around. And so Junior's father told him it's gonna be okay. She's not really like that. She's going to love you the way she loves me. She's gonna take mommy's place. And so Junior would tell his father, "Nah, Daddy, I don't want nobody to take mama's place. I don't want her here. I don't want her here." So his father didn't want to hear it. His father was like, caught between a rock and a hard place. He loved his son, but he also loved this new lady. Her name was Mary. So, at nighttime sometimes he would talk to Mary and ask her, is she getting along with Junior? And she would always yeah, Junior's lovely. I just get along with him so good. He's so nice. Well, he was like, well, listen, he says that you're mean to him, that this is going on, that's going on. She's like, no, he's lying. I wouldn't do that. And so the father opted to believe him. Okay, now his job was moving from Los Angeles to Seattle. And he had to pack everything up and move. And so they end up leaving. They end up transferring to Seattle. He got a pay raise and he got a new job. Now, he lived out in a cabin. The cabin was plush. I'm talking about 2 stories, upstairs, downstairs. It looked like a lodge, like a resort. He had purchased it prior to moving to Seattle. It wasn't too far from Seattle, but it was kind of out in the mountains, out in the woods, And you know what I'm saying? His father, he loved nature. He loved to be around that type of stuff. That's where he wanted to be. And Junior didn't really have a problem with it neither because, he was able to roam around, play, and, just explore and see certain things. And so one day when Junior was out exploring, he ran into an old man. And he was scared at first. But now the old man told him, son, don't be scared. I'm around here all the time. So Junior said, what's your name? And the old man said, my name is Billy. So Junior told him, hi, Billy, my name's Junior. So they talked, and come to find out, it was, the old man Billy, he was kind of all right. You know what I'm saying? And him and Junior would talk all the time, and Junior would tell old man Billy about how mean that Mary was treating him, and that he missed his mother, that he wished his mother was there, and just, he just wanted everything to go back to how it was before his mother passed away. Okay, so now his father would leave sometimes. Now, they had been out there for a hot second, but now his father would leave sometimes and go into the city, and sometimes he wouldn't come back to the next day. Junior was getting, accustomed to this. He knew that sometimes his father had to stay gone overnight. All the time, all he heard from the Lady Mary was, shut up, be quiet, shut up, be quiet, don't you open your mouth. And she would pinch him, but she would do stuff that wouldn't leave a mark. You know what I'm saying? She would like put phone books on him and like hit the phone books and tell him he bet not say nothing to his father. He's not gonna believe you. If you make me mad, I'll make it to where your dad will get rid of you, so it could be just me and him. Man, and Junior would cry and cry and cry and just go. And when he would go to bed, he would just wish his mother was back, but she wasn't there. She was gone. And many, many times, man, Junior thought about telling his father what was going on, but he knew in his heart that his father was not going to believe him, and that he was going to believe what his girlfriend Mary was saying. And she was so mean to him. And every time he would try to say anything, it was always, shut your mouth. Don't say nothing. Be quiet. I don't want to hear nothing. And she would sit around and smoke cigarettes and drink and be drunk all the time. And she would take stuff out on Junior for no reason. Just mean to him for no reason all the time. And all she would always say was, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Be quiet. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. It got to the point where Junior didn't even attempt to try to talk to her no more. You know what I'm saying? And he just went out his way to kind of stay as far away from her as he possibly could. Now, the only friend that Junior had at this time, because school hadn't, started back, the only friend Junior had at the time was the old man, Billy. And he would sneak out the house, and sometimes he would leave out the house and go play. And he would find Billy every now and then. And Billy would tell him stories about the Indians and, old folk tale stories about the woods and everything. And one day, Billy told Junior about an old folk tale story. And he told him, he said, listen, Junior, he said, these woods are alive. He said, a lot of people think that these are just folk tale stories, but they not. He said, they real. He said, I've been here all my life. Junior didn't know how old Billy was. He just knew that Billy was an old man. He didn't know how old Billy really, really was. So anyway, one day when Billy was telling Junior about the woods, he said, listen, he said, eventually there's going to come a time, and it's coming soon, that it's going to be extra, extra dark. The stars are not going to be shining, and the moon is not going to shine. It's going to be pitch black dark. He said, when this night comes, he said, never, ever, ever come outside the cabin. So Junior asked him why. He says, listen, there's things that walk these woods that I can't explain to you right now because you wouldn't understand. He said, but take it from me, Billy. When the dark comes, when the stars aren't shining and the moon's not shining, he said, don't come out your cabin. So Billy asked him, is something going to come in and get us? And Billy told him no. Long as you stay inside till the morning, you'll be okay. Long as you stay inside till the morning, you'll be okay. So Junior asked him, does this happen all the time? And Billy told him no. It doesn't happen all the time. It happens every now and then. So when does it happen? He said, I don't know. I can't tell you. Nobody can predict these nights. But of course, you have a lot of nights that it seems like the stars won't shine and the moon is dim or whatever. Those are okay. The type of night that I'm talking about, you'll know. Because Billy had asked him, how would I know when it's the night? He said, you'll know. It'll be a dark that you've never seen before. it will be a dark that you've never seen. It'll be a dark so dark that you can feel that it's dark. So Billy told him, okay. So anyway, one day, Billy proceeded to tell Mary about, Junior proceeded to tell Mary about what the old man Billy had told her. And she shut him up, screamed she was drunk. Shut up, I don't want to hear it. Don't say anything. You be quiet. You be quiet. I don't believe any stories that some old hillbilly bum in the woods told you. They're all made up lies. You shut up, be quiet. He don't know what he's talking about. You shouldn't listen to him. So Billy was like, okay, I'll just shut up and be quiet. So when his father came home, Mary told his father what Billy had told her. And so his father like, I wouldn't put a lot of credit into it. I just wouldn't. You know? So anyway, him being a little concerned, he went to Billy and asked Billy, what's going on? What did you tell Mary? So Billy proceeded to tell to tell his father what the old man in the woods had told him. So he was like, okay. He said those are just old Indian tales, old folk tales. You know, there's no truth in it. There's no nothing in it. Okay. So anyway, time went on. Junior's father had to leave and go to work. And he told Junior and he told his girl Mary, look, I won't be back until in the morning. So, okay. So anyway, when he left, later on that day, Billy went out into the woods. And Junior went out into the woods. My bad, Junior. And he seen old man Billy. And they talked, and you know what I'm saying, anytime he would run across old man Billy, he had fun because Billy was a good old man. He was a good dude. Billy showed him how to set snares and traps and, you know what I'm saying, how to hunt bear tracks and, you know what I'm saying, oh, that's a bear track, that's a wolf track, stuff like that. He showed him a lot of stuff. But now on this day, when Junior went outside and found Billy, Billy told him, he said, look, tonight is going to be one of the nights that I was telling you about. And Billy was like, you sure? He like, yeah. He told me, he said, usually I don't know when they're coming, but I feel it. For some reason, I feel it tonight. I'm quite sure tonight is going to be one of the nights. He said, listen, when it gets dark, don't come outside. Tell your mom, he thought it was the mom, and tell your father to stay in. So first thing Junior would always tell him, that's not my mom. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want nothing to do with her. So Billy told him, he said, listen, I'm letting you know, don't come outside tonight. So he said, okay. They kicked it a little while longer. Billy said, look, I have to go. Junior proceeded to go back to the cabin, and he went in. It was almost time to eat anyway. So she had gave him something to eat, and at the table, he tried to explain to her what Billy had told him. And before he could really get into it good, he was finna tell her that tonight was going to be one of those nights that you weren't supposed to go outside. So he was going to tell her this. But before he could even tell her, all he heard coming out of her loud mouth was shut up. And she started screaming at him. I don't want to hear anything. Of course, she was drunk again. I don't want to hear your voice. Eat your food. Don't tell me anything. I don't care. But now he never got a chance to even tell her that tonight was one of those nights he was trying to tell her about. She stopped him immediately. Just be quiet. I want to be at peace. Don't open your mouth. Just go to your room. Go to your room. Don't say anything. I don't want to hear your voice. Don't talk to me. Go to your room. So Junior stopped in his tracks and was like, okay. Because now he knew if he tried to force the issue, how Mary could be. Time went on. It got dark. It got real dark. Very dark. Junior was peeking out of his window. From his second story window, he couldn't see down to the ground. He couldn't see the tree line or anything. It was that dark. It was a weird, eerie darkness that he just really, he had never seen dark like this. It was a dark so dark, he could feel it. Like Billy told him, it's a dark so dark, you can feel it. And he really wanted to leave out of his room. He really wanted to just go and tell Mary that he was scared. He was sad because his father was gone. His father wouldn't be back till in the morning. And the only person that was there was Mary. And she wouldn't even let him talk. He got so scared that he left out of his room and he went and knocked on the door. Boom, boom, boom. He knocked on Mary's door. Boom, 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 boom. She immediately screamed and told him, "Get away from my door. Go to bed. I don't want to hear your voice. Don't talk to me. Go to bed. Leave me alone." And so Junior took a chance. He was like, I need to talk to you. I need to tell you something. She was like, "Don't tell me anything. I told you right now. Go to bed. Leave me alone." So now Junior knew when she was drunk like this and screaming and hollering that she could become violent. And he didn't want to go through this with her. He did not want to go through this with her. So, okay. As time goes on, he heard a racket in the hallway. So now, when he came out the room to see what the racket was, Mary was in the hallway. And she was asking him, she was turning in circles. And so, when she seen Junior standing there looking at her, she was like, "What do you want? What do you want?" So Junior proceeded to tell her, he's like, "No, I came out because I heard the noise in the hallway and I just wanted to see what it was." "Well, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it." So now, she told him, "Go back in your room." So before Junior could turn and go back in his room, she said, "Hey." He stopped and looked at her. And she said, "Have you seen the letter that I had earlier?" Now, the letter that she was talking about earlier was from her lawyer. She had a big lawsuit that was going through. And the lawsuit was finna be closed, and she was finna receive a large lump sum of money. And she needed that envelope. In the envelope, it was some paperwork that she needed to fill out that she wanted to call her lawyer and discuss on the phone with him. And so Billy told her, like, "No, I haven't seen it. So she was like, "You know what? I left it in the car." They had 2 cars. She said, "I left it in the car. I got to go get it. I left it in the car." So she proceeded down the stairs. And as she was going, Billy looked. And his first instinct was to tell her, "Look, don't go outside. Don't go outside." And he knew in his mind that if he went to open his mouth, she was going to scream and holler at him and probably hit him. So Billy came to the top of the stairs and he watched her going down the stairs. He didn't open his mouth. He didn't say nothing. Only thing that kept resonating in the back of Billy's mind, in the back of Junior's mind, only thing kept resonating in the back of Junior's mind was, shut up, don't open your mouth, don't say anything. Shut up, don't open your mouth, don't say anything. So Junior stood there and watched her. And he told himself, I'm going to shut up and I'm not going to say anything. This is what she always told me to do, was to shut up and not say anything. And that's what I'm going to do. Mary went out the door and Junior came down and sat at the bottom of the stairs. When she went out the door, she pulled it up behind her. He sat at the bottom of the stairs, waiting on her to come back in. Mary never came back in. Mary never came back in. What woke Junior up the next morning was he heard a car pulling up into the driveway of the cabin. And he heard the boom boom, somebody coming on the stairs, and his father came through the door, and he was just kind of waking up, but he fell asleep at the bottom of the stairs, sitting on the stairs. So when his father came through, he was like, Junior, what are you doing sleeping down here? And he told me, he said, Dad, I fell asleep at the bottom of the stairs. So he's like, okay, well, where's Mary? He's like, I don't know. She's not upstairs in the room? And he went to call her, Mary, Mary, Mary. Mary didn't answer. He ran up the stairs looking for her, couldn't find her. And so he asked, man, where did she go? Where is she? He said she left out the house last night to go to the car to get an envelope. He ran, the car was out there. He got to the car, the envelope was in the car. And he said, but there was no sign of her. Where is she? No sign of her. Where is she? Junior proceeded to tell his father what Billy had told him about the dark, dark nights. And so his father asked him, did you tell her? He said, Dad, I tried to. She told me to be quiet. She told me to shut up. She said she didn't want to hear my voice. I told you she hits me and beats me. She told me to be quiet. So he you let her walk out the door, and it was the type of night that the old guy told you about. He said, Dad, she wouldn't let me say anything to her, so I didn't say anything to her. She was never found. Never found. Police searched the woods. They put posters up, flyers. Mary was never seen again. Never seen again. But she always told she always told Junior, shut up, be quiet. I don't want to hear your voice. And so on that night, Junior shut it up and was quiet and didn't let her hear his voice. Now she's gone. It's me, y'all. Your big partner. Cartoon One, the village storyteller. I'm out. Peace.